Joining us now, a man who I look up to very much in terms of how to beat the odds, to bench 300-plus pounds and run a 4.9 40. I don't even know what Blaine Fowler runs. Blaine,
what he run?
What do you run in the 40-yard dash right now?
Right now, I don't run a 40-yard dash right now. That's craziness. and I'm pleading with you to not pull a hamstring or two this afternoon. I'm so worried about you right now. I don't know the word to describe it. I'm scared. I'm just scared that you're going to pull a hamstring. So I want you've got to be in tune with your body, in tune with your hamstrings. And if you get 20 yards into this thing and you feel some tightness, I want you to pull back.
Okay.
I can't have you out. We've got to have you.
We need you.
This is a tough time on the show right now. As the sports start to wind down, we get into summer. We need you there. We can't have you nursing two pulled hamstrings.
Well, this tweet came in. I want to read it at Glemonade11. If at Spencer_Linton doesn't run a 4.9, I suggest he just keeps running. He won't want to deal with the aftermath.
Hey, by the way, 4.9 for your age, I think would be elite.
Okay.
I think that would be fast.
Okay.
Would be good.
Yeah, I think it'd be, if you do 4.9, I will be pumped for you. I think that would be awesome.
Okay, so you don't want Spencer to pull two hamstrings. Do you have a tip or advice for him to avoid doing that?
I don't think there's any way to avoid it, so I probably, there's just...
Wow.
I think I'm giving him a 60% chance he pulls a hammy.
Wow. New stat of the day. Jeez.
Okay.
I'm nervous for him. See, and here's the deal. When you get 50, you can do slow, controlled things. So you can go in and bench press, and you can be okay. But you go out and run a 40 and try to run really, really fast, I would have a 99.6% chance of pulling both hamstrings if I tried to run a 40 right now.
Now you're making me concerned. Like there's actual concern now for the health of my homie.
Have you been training, Spencer? Have you been training for this thing?
I have. I've been running hard.
I feel better.
He's in a tracksuit today. He's ready to go, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait for the results. And if it's 4.9, then we're going to have a celebration, and I'm going to take you out to dinner.
Awesome.
In your age group, that is big time.
Dude,
that's all the motivation I need.
Dinner with Uncle B, that's motivation.
Blaine Fowler joining us from Daytona, Florida. BYU TV football analyst, basketball insider as well. But today he is on the dance beat. That's right, following the Cougarettes to what we hope would be a 14th national championship. Blaine, tell us about Daytona, Florida.
Well, my first time at this was last year, and Tom's down here. Tom told me, you're not even going to believe this. You won't believe the intensity of how this goes. And I'm thinking, yeah. If you've seen the movie Bring It On, multiply that by 10. Only way more skill, and it really is an intense environment. Huge stage out on the beach, big stages in the performance center, I think it's called the Peabody Center or something like that. But anyhow, BYU. And I've said this before, to collegiate dance is what Alabama is to football. Every year they're expected to win a national title. And this is, you were talking about qualified versus non-qualified, Jarom, for Spencer. For his age group, a 4.9 is great. Well, this is the elite programs in the country, and this is all comers. And BYU competes with the likes of Louisville and North Carolina and Texas Tech and Texas and Florida State and Virginia and all, the top teams in the country. And year after year, they win national championships. So it's fun to be back here. I'm here on the beat covering it, for you guys, for Sports Nation.
You also have a daughter on the team. You're not just hanging out with the Cougarettes.
No, I know. You guys didn't send me out on an assignment to Daytona. I got to admit, Libby's on the team, and yeah, it was our first experience last year, so we're back. I'm a little calmer this year. But we're looking forward to it. So they start this afternoon. Preliminaries are this afternoon, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'll tweet out how the Cougarettes are doing.
Awesome. They're going for their 14th consecutive national championship, and that, in my book, is elite. Let's talk about less relevant things, like, I don't know, spring football.
Let's do that.
What's your top takeaway now that spring football is over?
Well, I think my top takeaway, so if I'm writing a headline for spring ball, Taysom's ready to roll. And I think that's important. We saw a lot of Christian Stewart when they went 11-on-11, but we also saw a lot of Taysom Hill. And watching him through spring ball, my feeling is the injury has made him really focus on his drop back game. I've seen some touch from him on deep balls and some things in the throw game that I really, really like. And so now you add the rest of the summer for him to get 100% so that he can cut and move laterally like he has. I think that ankle is going to be sound. And now what do we have? We have like an undefendable player out there. If he can throw it the way I saw him throw it in spring ball and then add his ability to be elusive and run, I don't know how you get ready, or get your team ready and prepare them to face what he brings offensively. And so I think you'll see a much better throwing game from BYU this year. And maybe they learned some things when Christian Stewart was in there. Taysom had an opportunity to sit back and watch. He's worked on those things, and he's going to be a more complete player. So to me, that's the headline. Taysom's ready to roll.
What did you see from Christian Stewart that allowed the team to get better because he really sacrificed his time and came back and helped him out in spring ball after his on-the-field eligibility was technically over in an in-game situation?
And isn't that an incredible thing that he would come back and do that and risk injury and all of that? It's very cool in my mind, and people don't understand that sacrifice. You go out there, there's always a chance you can get hurt. And he says, you know what, I want to help my teammates out. I love these guys. And he comes back and gives back to the program. I think it's huge what he did. And the reason they needed him was you have McCoy Hill who gets hurt. And so now you don't have really a big-time Division I quarterback out there to test that defense especially, and to work the offense with the kind of timing that they're going to have to be able to work with this fall. So he comes in, and not only does he help the offense by working their timing and working their routes and doing all those kinds of things, but defensively, I think BYU is going to be much better prepared for the fall because they've been seeing, we keep using this word, they've been seeing all spring long an elite college quarterback. And I don't know that they'll see a better quarterback next fall on their schedule. Certainly not one that throws it any better than Christian Stewart does. He's got an NFL-type arm, and that's what they faced all spring long in Christian Stewart. That's going to make this defense better come fall.
I don't know if it was a sacrifice. The guy missed class to go play football. Come on.
What does he get for it? Like I heard Bronco say he gets gear for life, and then of course he backtracked and said, I'm not sure if that's legal from an NCAA standpoint, so I'm going to have to check that. But if it is legal, he gets gear for life, and I think that's the least BYU could do for this kid.
No, it was fun, and I think he made the offense better. I think he made the defense better. Let's get your opinion on this. We've been talking about elite and Mitch Matthews. I'm of the opinion that he is on the fringe and that this fall he can become elite with a fantastic season. Spencer feels he's elite right now. What do you think of this?
I saw that. Did you post that video of him dunking?
Oh, that was an elite dunk yesterday. When did he post? 2 days ago? Yesterday? Something like that? Through the legs, left-handed. He's lefty.
It's ridiculous. So he is his athleticism combined with his height is off the charts. He is big time. And what I watched in spring ball was a real attention to detail from Mitch. So making sure routes were perfect, understanding how to lean, where to put a foot, where to put a hand to get open. So now he's not just an elite athlete out there, which we know he is. I mean, he's an off-the-charts athlete. BYU hasn't seen the likes of someone with his height that is that athletic, that can jump like that and run like that at wide receiver ever. And so now he's combining that with a precision that I think is going to make him one of the top receivers in the country this fall.
So is he elite now, or will he be once he proves it on the field in the fall?
Well, see, he's got athletically, he's elite now. To be elite and considered what I think he's going to be this fall, you got to put numbers up. And so I think this fall he becomes one of the top receivers in the country. Physically, athletically, he is right now, but now he's got to take that and produce with it on the field. And from what I saw in spring ball, I believe strongly he's going to do that.
Thank you for being in my corner. You're only the second person to join me. The other was Mitch.
Oh, stop it. There's no corners here.
What's Spencer saying?
I am saying that
he's
right
elite
now I believe, Mitch just needs a field and an opponent to show that he is elite. But if he went and played a game today, right now, I feel like he would be an elite wide receiver on April 9th.
Well, wait, that's skewing to me because I'm saying, he can become elite by playing games. I'm not crowning him elite right now.
I think we all agree that he's an elite athlete. There's no question about it. But there's a lot of great athletes that don't produce for one reason or another. And so production is what will tell the tale. Now, I absolutely believe that he's going to produce because I think he's become a better receiver by virtue of his attention to his route running and all of those things. And he was a good route runner last year, but, man, I just see an edge to him this year in terms of perfection with what he's doing out there that's going to make the difference to him. So I'm – he will be an elite receiver this fall, but you got to produce. You got to have 50-plus catches.
Blaine Fowler, 1984 national champion quarterback for BYU. Dance analyst, at least this week, while he follows his daughter.
Danalist.
A danalist? Or is it a dance
Is that what a dan analyst is? Is a danalist?
Dancealist.
Whatever it is, you're in Daytona, Florida, and that is awesome. We want to end with this, Blaine. Talked a lot about Taysom Hill and Mitch Matthews. This offense looks poised to do something very special, even against a very difficult schedule that approaches. But what about the BYU defense? Bronco Mendenhall said the secondary is the most volatile of the position groups. How do you view the defense right now, specifically the secondary?
This secondary, I think, we talked about it a lot on our AFR show last fall. There were certainly good enough athletes last year, and here's where we talk about athletes versus production. To produce, you got to be in the right spots and do what you're supposed to do. And last fall, we saw later in the season even, guys not doing simple assignments in the secondary. And so there's been a real premium this spring from Nick Howell on that group to make sure you're where you're supposed to be. And so we saw improvement in that area. So now confidence has to come over the summertime. I think there's plenty of athletes. I mean, you think about it. Prater and Davis are really good athletes that can play the corner position. And now they've got enough experience that they should be where they're supposed to be. I love the addition of Hannum in there. I've always felt like Juergens could play. Very quick, tough, physical. He's got a mental toughness to him that's good there too. And I think that he's going to be where he's supposed to be. Nakua at safety has lots of experience. I love the addition of Takanaka at safety. Grant Jones gives them some size back there. I love Badger's mindset. And I said this before on the show. Badger's going to play a lot more than people maybe think he is because that's the one guy that these coaches absolutely know is going to be exactly where he's supposed to be, and he's going to get everybody else lined up and where they're supposed to be. So don't be surprised if you see Badger out there a lot. Wadsworth's been hurt. He's coming back. So there's athletes. There's depth, and all there is a lack of quality experience across the board. But I think this is a group that in the spring changed their mindset and said, you know what? The first things first, we are going to be exactly where we're supposed to be, and the assignments are going to be executed to perfection. If they do that, this defense is going to be fine. A defense will perform very, very well.
Blaine Fowler joining us from Daytona, Florida. Always good to talk to you. You have a long resume, man. And now you can add Dancealist to that resume.
Yep. I'm a Dancealist, and I can't wait to get to this afternoon. I will keep you guys posted. Watch for Twitter. It'll be out there on how the Cougarettes are doing.
Fantastic. Let's go Cougarettes. Thanks, Blaine.
All right, guys. Thanks.